Bedtime Podcast, where curiosity sleeps late.
Welcome back, everyone, to another night at Bedtime Podcast. It feels so good to be here again. The lights are dim, the coffee is hot, and the world outside is falling asleep while we wake up our curiosity. And guess who's here with me again tonight? My favorite co-host, explorer of weird ideas, and collector of random facts, Liam.
Always such an introduction. Thank you, Emily. It's great to be back. The studio feels like home now, especially with that classic Bedtime Podcast coffee mug sitting on the table. I swear I've had so many cups of coffee here that I might need my own plaque on this table.
You definitely should. It's practically your second home at this point. Speaking of coffee, is it just me, or does coffee taste better when we're recording?
Totally. I think it's the mix of caffeine and curiosity. Both keep us awake way past bedtime.
That's our kind of energy. You know, Liam, before we dive into tonight's episode, I have to ask, what's something that really makes you happy in life? I feel like our listeners want to know the man behind all the mysterious facts.
Good question. Honestly, it's the simple things. Watching a storm from the window, traveling somewhere quiet, or finding out something new that makes me go, wait, what? That's how it works? And of course, long talks like these.
That's such a you answer. Simple but deep. I love that. For me, it's probably sharing stories that make people think differently, whether it's science, history, or just those weird why questions that pop into our heads at 2 a.m.
Exactly. That's why we're here. Bedtime Podcast has always been about that, turning late-night thoughts into adventures.
Speaking of adventures, tonight's episode is packed with them. We've got 10 fascinating mysteries lined up. And trust me, each one will take you somewhere completely different. We'll start with something dreamy, literally. Why do we dream of people we never think about? Then we'll explore the colors of our eyes. Why do humans have different eye colors? We'll even meet Leonardo da Vinci and ask if he was a genius or a man from the future. And that's just the beginning. We'll travel through time to discover when humans started using money. We'll dive deep into why the ocean is salty and even uncover why our recorded voice sounds so weird.
Don't forget why we all have different fingerprints and the strange science behind why we feel hungry after drinking soda.
Oh, and we'll also explore how the calendar we use today began before ending with a breathtaking mystery. And wait till you hear the new theory about that one.
This is going to be one of those nights where you forget time exists.
Exactly. A mix of science, history, mystery, and a little bit of wonder. So grab your drink, get comfortable, and stay with us till the end, because tonight we're unlocking 10 questions that might just change how you see the world. And if you're new here, welcome to the Bedtime family. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who loves asking why. All right. Lights down, minds on. Let's begin with our first mystery of the night. Why do we dream of people we never think about? Liam, tell me something weird. Why do we dream about people we never think of at all? Like a random guy from school I haven't seen in 10 years. Suddenly, he is in my dream eating pizza with my grandmother?
Dreams are like the brain's night theater. When we sleep, the brain starts organizing memories. It takes small forgotten details, random faces we saw for 1 second, and mixes them like crazy.
So my brain is a cheap movie director?
Exactly. The brain never truly forgets a face. Even someone you saw in the street for 2 seconds can appear in your dreams years later.
That is creepy. So my brain is spying on me 24/7.
Yes, and dreams help the brain solve problems and emotions. If you feel stressed, you might dream of a monster or a teacher.
Teachers are monsters sometimes.
Also, dreams help us practice real-world reactions. Like if you run away from a dinosaur in your dream, your brain is training for danger.
Yes, because dinosaurs are everywhere nowadays.
There's another theory. The brain uses dreams to check old memories. It opens random drawers and says, "Is this person still important? No? Okay, let's use them in a dream before deleting them."
So, when someone appears in my dream, maybe it's their final goodbye?
Maybe. Our brain also saves tiny emotions from people we meet. Dreams try to understand those emotions.
So, a cashier smiles at me once, and boom, best friends in my dream.
Yes, dreams are emotional experiments.
Sometimes I wake up thinking, was I actually flying?
The sleeping brain doesn't use logic. It mixes fear, love, memories, and nonsense. It's like TikTok, but inside your head.
TikTok? So my brain is addicted too?
Yes, that's why dreams are weird, fun, scary, and sometimes romantic with the wrong person.
Don't remind me. My brain betrayed me many times.
To summarize, we dream of people we don't think about because the brain never deletes faces. It just hides them, then uses them like movie characters at night.
I hope tonight my brain picks the right actors.
Good luck with that.
Liam, I always wondered, why do humans have different eye colors? Brown, blue, green? Some people even have one of each. How did that happen?
Eye color is mostly controlled by genetics. A tiny part of our DNA decides how much melanin, the pigment, is in the iris of the eye. More melanin means brown or dark eyes. Less melanin means blue, gray, or green eyes.
So, eye color depends on how much pigment we have?
Exactly. Thousands of years ago, most humans had brown eyes. Brown eyes were useful in sunny places like Africa because melanin protects the eyes from strong sunlight.
So, brown eyes are the original model?
Yes. Then, humans migrated to places with less sunlight like Europe. There, a small mutation appeared in the genes. It reduced melanin in the eyes, and blue eyes appeared for the first time.
So, blue eyes exist because of low sunlight?
Partly. It wasn't dangerous anymore to have lighter eyes in places where the sun wasn't strong. Also, new colors made humans look unique, which helped in choosing partners. So these colors slowly spread.
What about green or hazel eyes?
Those are combinations. Green eyes have a little melanin plus special light reflection inside the iris. Hazel eyes change depending on lighting because they have mixed pigment layers.
And what about people who have one brown eye and one blue eye?
That's called heterochromia. It can come from a harmless genetic variation or from an injury early in life. It doesn't usually affect vision, but it does make the eyes look very unique.
It's amazing how small changes in DNA can create such beauty.
Yes, and remember this. Every eye color has a purpose and a story. Dark eyes show strength against sunlight. Light eyes reflect adaptation to new worlds. All of them are part of human evolution.
So, no eye color is better than another.
Exactly. They are simply different versions of something wonderful.
Okay, now let's talk about someone who feels like he hacked history. Leonardo da Vinci. Was he just a great painter, or did he secretly come from the future?
Leonardo was more than an artist. He was a painter, engineer, scientist, inventor, a complete genius in every direction.
But how could a man in the 1400s design helicopters and robots? People back then barely know how anything worked.
His imagination was huge. He drew flying machines long before airplanes existed. The world simply wasn't ready for him.
So he's drawing future technology while other people are discovering forks.
Exactly. He believed humans could fly. Everyone else said, nope, only birds and angels.
And he studied the human body too, right?
Yes, he secretly dissected bodies to understand how we work. His anatomy drawings are so accurate that doctors still admire them.
So he's improving art and science at the same time. How is that possible?
He had endless curiosity. He explored astronomy, physics, engineering. His notebooks are full of ideas that came true centuries later.
Maybe he didn't come from the future. Maybe the future was just slow.
He didn't predict the future. He inspired it.
Leonardo da Vinci, the man who lived in the past but thought like tomorrow.
Exactly. And speaking of amazing human features,
Let's move to our next big question. All right, everyone, before we jump into the next mystery, if you're enjoying this episode so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring more fun topics for you.
Yes, do it. Click that button. It's like giving our brains a tiny high five.
Okay, now let's talk about something we all use, or wish we had more of: money. When did humans actually start using it?
Long ago, there was no money, only trade. People exchanged goods directly. I'll give you my goat, you give me your wheat.
But what if I didn't need wheat? What if I just wanted a PlayStation? Goats can't buy electronics.
Exactly. That was the problem. Trade wasn't always fair or practical. So humans invented something everyone could agree on: objects with value.
Like what?
The earliest money included shiny stones, shells, salt, beads, even cocoa beans. If people wanted it, it became currency.
So someone was basically rich because they had a lot of seashells?
Yes. Then came metal coins around 600 BC, first made by ancient civilizations like Lydia and Greece. And much later, paper money appeared in China around the 7th century.
So money evolved, just like humans.
Exactly. And today we even use digital money, bank cards, smartphones, and cryptocurrencies.
Do you think one day we will stop using physical cash?
Maybe. The world is slowly moving to digital systems. Money keeps changing, but its purpose stays the same: to help humans exchange what they need.
From shells to coins to phones, humans will always find a way to buy snacks.
And on that note, let's move on to our next fascinating topic.
All right, time for a question that I've been thinking about since forever. The ocean is salty. Everyone knows that. But why? Like, who spilled the giant salt shaker into the sea?
Believe it or not, it all starts with rocks on land. When rain falls, the water slowly dissolves tiny minerals from those rocks, including salt. Then rivers carry all those minerals straight into the ocean.
So, rivers are like delivery guys, dropping packages of salt into the sea every day.
Yes, but without the uniform. And here's the twist. When the sun heats the ocean, the water evaporates and becomes clouds, but the salt stays behind. So over millions of years, the ocean just kept getting saltier and saltier.
So the salt never leaves? It just stays? Like that one plastic bottle in my car cup holder?
Exactly like that. But there's another source too: hydrothermal vents deep under the sea. The Earth's crust has cracks, and super hot water full of minerals shoots out from them. more salt joins the party.
So the Earth is basically cooking the ocean from below and seasoning it at the same time.
That's a delicious way to describe it. Most of that salt is just sodium and chloride, the same salt you put on fries.
But wait, if the ocean is salty, why aren't lakes salty too? My local lake never tastes like chips.
Because most lakes have rivers that drain water out. The minerals don't stay long. But the ocean, it's like a giant bowl with no drain hole. Salt goes in, but it doesn't go out.
So the ocean is messy. It keeps everything forever. Is that why old ships and secrets stay down there too?
The ships and secrets are another story. But yes, the ocean is basically a big memory box for salt.
Imagine if the ocean suddenly decided to return all the salt at once. Humanity would wake up covered in giant salt crystals.
We would become human pretzels. But don't worry, the ocean likes its salt.
So let me get this straight. Rain breaks down rocks. Rivers carry minerals into the sea. The sun removes water but leaves salt. And the earth adds extra minerals from deep vents. The ocean never drains it out. Boom! Salt paradise.
That's a perfect summary.
Amazing. So next time people go for a swim and taste salty water, they're tasting millions of years of rock soup.
Rock soup? That's going in a science book someday.
All right, let's swim from the salty sea into our next wild question, because this world is full of mysteries, and we're just getting warmed up. All right, here's a mystery almost every human has faced. Why do we sound so weird in recordings? Like, who is that stranger using my voice?
I know, right? It's like hearing an evil twin, but the reason is actually scientific. When we speak, we hear two versions of our voice. One travels through the air to our ears, and one travels inside our skull bones.
Inside the skull? That sounds spooky.
Exactly. The bone-conducted version makes your voice sound deeper and warmer to yourself. But a microphone only captures the air version, the real one, the one everyone else hears.
So basically, my whole life has been a lie?
A tiny lie, a cute lie, a lie with good acoustics.
But seriously, the first time someone hears their recorded voice, they panic. I remember thinking, wow, I should probably never talk again.
Totally normal. Our brain just isn't used to this unfamiliar version. But after hearing it several times, we adapt.
Speaking of unfamiliar, what about places we visit for the first time? You like traveling, right?
Oh yes, my dream destination is Japan. Neon lights, calm temples, and sushi.
Sushi. Now you're making me hungry. My favorite food is pizza, especially when traveling. There's something special about eating pizza in a new city.
True, food plus travel equals happiness. And it connects back to our topic. In new places, we sound different too. New rooms, echoes, acoustics, they all change our voice.
So whether we're hearing ourselves in a recording or in a hotel room next to a tiny minibar, the sound always surprises us.
Exactly. The key idea, your recorded voice is not worse. It's just the version the world already knows. And accepting it builds confidence.
So next time you hear your voice and cringe, remember, that's the sound that makes people laugh, listen, and feel connected to you.
It's the voice that tells your story.
And if you like hearing our voices, even the recorded ones, stick around. We've got more mysteries coming up.
And maybe a slice of pizza too.
You know, I've always wondered about this. Why do we have different fingerprints?
Like everyone on Earth has their own little swirls, loops, and ridges. It's almost like nature gave each person a barcode.
Exactly. What's fascinating is that fingerprints aren't just random. They start forming when we're still in the womb around the 10th week of pregnancy. The way our skin folds depends on tiny differences in pressure, blood flow, and even the way the baby moves inside the amniotic fluid.
So basically, our fingerprints are shaped by baby movements? That's kind of adorable and creepy at the same time.
Pretty much. And what's wild is that even identical twins who share the exact same DNA don't share the same fingerprints.
That's insane. You'd think twins would match perfectly, but it's like nature saying, nope, you still need your own identity.
Exactly. Scientists think fingerprints originally evolved to help us grip things better. The ridges increase friction, especially when touching wet or smooth surfaces.
So they're like built-in anti-slip gear. Useful. But now we use them mostly for phones, locks, and crime scenes?
Yeah, fingerprints have become a global ID system. They're so reliable that even modern AI systems can't easily fake or replace them.
That's crazy. Imagine if your phone couldn't mistake someone else's finger for yours. Total chaos.
Fortunately, the odds of that are almost zero. Your fingerprints are so unique that even after millions of scans, machines can still pick you out instantly.
That's kind of comforting and a little scary. Nature really knew what it was doing.
Definitely. It's one of those rare times where biology, security, and identity all meet perfectly.
All right, before we move on to the next mystery, if you're enjoying this kind of weird but fascinating science talk, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, did you ever try to fool a fingerprint scanner? And keep your fingerprints ready because you'll want to leave your mark on the next part too. You ever notice how after drinking soda, you feel full for like 5 minutes and then you're suddenly starving again? Like, why does that happen?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting process. When you drink soda, your body gets hit with a massive dose of sugar, instant energy. Your blood sugar spikes fast, so your brain feels energized. But a few minutes later, your body releases a big wave of insulin to balance that sugar rush. And once your blood sugar drops again, boom, hunger strikes.
So basically, I'm tricking my body into thinking it's fed, and then it's like, surprise, you're starving again.
Exactly. It's like a false alarm system. And here's the kicker. The more often you do it, the worse it gets. Your body starts expecting that sugar roller coaster, and your appetite control goes out of balance.
That explains why sometimes I drink a soda and then crave burgers, fries, and dessert right after.
Yep. And carbonation plays a sneaky role too. The gas makes you feel bloated at first, that fake fullness, but once it fades, your stomach realizes it's actually empty. And since caffeine is also in most sodas, it can mess with your hunger hormones even more.
So sugar spikes, caffeine confusion, fake fullness, sounds like a whole psychological trap.
It kind of is. That's why people who drink a lot of soda often find themselves snacking more, gaining weight, or feeling tired all the time. It doesn't just mess with hunger. It affects hydration, energy levels, even mood.
Mood too?
Definitely. The sugar crash can make you feel irritable or low energy. Plus, over time, constant soda intake can increase risks of diabetes, tooth decay, heart problems, and even it can dull your taste buds, making natural foods like fruit taste less sweet.
So it's not just about calories, it's about how your whole system reacts.
Exactly. Soda's like a short-term boost that always leaves you wanting more.
Wow, soda went from fun and fizzy to silent saboteur.
Yeah, but awareness is power. Once you understand what's happening, you can enjoy it in moderation or switch to water, sparkling water, or even unsweetened tea.
Right. And if you do drink soda, maybe don't do it on an empty stomach. Give your body something real to work with.
Exactly. That small change can make a big difference.
All right, that was a wild breakdown from sugar traps to hormone chaos. If you've ever noticed that post-soda hunger attack, tell us what food always gets you right after.
And definitely stick around because in the next episode, we're diving into something your body does that's even stranger.
Oh yeah, trust me, you don't want to miss that one. Hit the like, drop a comment, and we'll see you in the next mystery. You know, I was looking at my phone calendar today and thought, how did we even decide what a day, a month, or a year means? Who woke up one day and said, let's call this Tuesday?
That's a really good question. The calendar we use today, the Gregorian calendar, is actually the result of thousands of years of trial, error, and arguments between emperors, priests, and scientists.
So time itself is man-made chaos?
In a way, yes. The earliest people used the moon to track time. One full moon meant a month. But that wasn't perfect because the moon's cycle doesn't match the sun's. So ancient Egyptians decided to follow the sun instead. 365 days for a full year.
And that's how we got the solar calendar?
Exactly. Later, the Romans tried to organize it. Julius Caesar made the Julian calendar, which was close, but not perfect. It had a small mistake. Every year was 11 minutes too long. That doesn't sound like much, but after hundreds of years, it pushed seasons completely out of sync.
So one day it was summer in December?
Pretty much. By the 1500s, the spring festivals were happening in the middle of winter. So Pope Gregory XIII fixed it in 1582, creating the Gregorian calendar, the one we still use today. He adjusted leap years to keep the seasons aligned with the sun.
So every February 29th is like a small apology to the universe?
Exactly. It's our way of correcting the tiny mismatch between the Earth's orbit and our math.
But I wonder, if humans invented calendars, does that mean time itself is just an illusion?
Time exists, but our way of measuring it is completely human. The calendar is our attempt to give order to the universe.
That's kind of poetic. We're chasing the sun with numbers and months just to feel in control.
Exactly. Without calendars, there would be no birthdays, no deadlines, no New Year's Eve. Maybe we invented time just to give meaning to our memories.
And speaking of time, if you've made it this far, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. That way you won't miss the next part, where we explore another mystery of human history.
Because time moves fast, but curiosity keeps it interesting.
Welcome back to Bedtime Podcast. Tonight, we travel thousands of years back in time to a world of golden sands, mysterious kings, and one of the greatest wonders ever built, the Egyptian pyramids. These massive structures have watched over the desert for more than 4,000 years. But the real question is, why were they built?
It's one of humanity's biggest puzzles. For centuries, most people believed the pyramids were just royal tombs for pharaohs, majestic resting places filled with treasure. But as technology advanced, archaeologists started to uncover clues that suggest something much deeper.
Deeper? You mean there's another reason behind all that effort? Because let's be honest, moving millions of stone blocks that weigh more than a car each just to build a fancy grave seems a bit extreme.
True. Some scientists now think the pyramids weren't only tombs, but symbolic machines built to connect heaven and earth. Their perfect alignment with the stars, especially Orion's belt, wasn't random. It reflected the Egyptians' belief that the pharaoh's soul would rise into the heavens and become one with the gods.
That's wild. So every time we look at those ancient stones, we're basically seeing a spiritual launch pad.
Exactly. And others think the pyramids also had a scientific role, a giant cosmic calendar that tracked time using the stars and the sun. They could tell when the Nile would flood, when to plant crops, and when to hold religious festivals. Imagine, ancient Egypt had one of the world's most accurate calendars long before watches even existed.
That's genius. No computers, no satellites, no calculators. Just math, starlight, and stone.
And teamwork. Thousands of workers, not slaves as people once believed, were well-fed, organized, and highly skilled. They lived in nearby villages and worked in teams, almost like engineers and builders on a massive national project.
So it wasn't just about one pharaoh's ego. It was about unity. The pyramids were proof of what humans can achieve when they share a single vision.
Exactly. A civilization that believed deeply in the afterlife, in knowledge, in the stars, and somehow left behind a monument that still defies time.
Sometimes I think about this. 4,000 years later, tourists are still flying across the world to stand before those same stones, to take pictures, to wonder, to feel small. That's power. That's legacy.
It's amazing how we, modern humans with all our technology, still look back to the pyramids for inspiration. Maybe they remind us that greatness isn't just about speed or innovation, but about meaning, patience, and the courage to build something that lasts.
I love that. Maybe in our age, we won't leave behind giant monuments, but maybe we'll leave behind something else. Wisdom, stories, creativity, connection.
A digital pyramid of curiosity called Bedtime Podcast.
Exactly. Before we wrap up tonight's episode, I want to thank our guest, Liam, for another night of wonder, history, and a bit of cosmic mystery.
Always a pleasure. Every episode feels like time travel with a microphone.
And to our amazing bedtime thinkers, thank you for listening and exploring with us. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who loves uncovering the world's hidden stories. We've got even more exciting topics coming your way every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. From ancient mysteries to future science, each episode will take you somewhere new, something curious, and something unforgettable. So until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, every mystery we solve opens another one. Sweet dreams, explorers. Good night, everyone, and see you in the next episode.